5. Fruits that quickly lower blood sugar and fight diabetes. Have you ever craved a bite of fruit, but then stopped yourself because you were afraid your blood sugar would spike? Have you ever looked at a mango, a bunch of grapes, or a slice of sweet melon and thought, I wish I could eat that like I used to without worrying about the consequences? If you're nodding right now, trust me, you're not alone. About 90% of people with diabetes I've met live with one constant fear: sugar. But today I want to tell you something that might surprise you. Not all sweet fruits raise your blood sugar. In fact, some fruits can actually help lower blood sugar and fight diabetes better than expensive supplements. And just so you know, I'm not making this up. My name is David Mitchell. I'm 60 years old and I've spent 30 years working with people over 50. I've seen hundreds of diabetics live in fear their whole lives, all because of one simple misunderstanding about fruit. I'm not here to lecture you. I just want to sit down with you like two old friends having tea and remind you your body still knows how to heal. It just needs the right fuel. And in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 delicious fruits that taste sweet but act like natural medicine to lower blood sugar, reduce inflammation, ease your joints, and help you sleep better at night. But before we go any further, if you believe getting older doesn't mean giving up on health, type yes in the comments. Well, so I know you're ready to spend a few minutes on yourself. Fruit 1, the avocado, the sugar-free warrior fighting for your blood sugar. If you're over 50, you probably already know this. Managing blood sugar isn't just a health goal, it's a key to enjoying your golden years. After working with thousands of patients over the past 30 years, I've learned something important. Beating type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes isn't always about cutting things out. It's about smart replacements. Today we're kicking off the top 5 fruits that lower blood sugar and fight diabetes. And the first hero of the fruit I like to call the hidden diamond in every diabetic-friendly diet is the avocado. Avocado, the nutritional earthquake. I know, most people think fruit should be juicy and sweet. Avocado isn't like that. It's creamy, mellow, and here's the kicker, it's almost sugar-free. Let me repeat that, less than 1 gram of sugar per 100 grams. That's nothing compared to a ripe banana or a mango. Now imagine this. Eating a sugary fruit is like letting a Formula One race car slam straight into your bloodstream, fast and chaotic. But eating an avocado, that's like riding a sturdy SUV, steady, calm, completely in control. Why does avocado behave so differently? First, the healthy fats. Avocados are packed with monounsaturated fats, the same heart-friendly fats you find in olive oil. These fats slow down digestion, which means any carbs you eat with it release more slowly, preventing those scary blood sugar spikes. Second, the fiber. A single avocado carries around 13 grams of fiber. Think of fiber like a sponge inside your gut, soaking up water and sugar, forming a gel that slows everything down. A patient story, George and his morning toast. I remember a patient named George, 65 years old, Southern gentleman, loved his butter and sugar toast in the morning. When he was diagnosed with pre-diabetes, he was devastated, thought he'd have to give it all up. I told him, George, keep the whole grain toast, but ditch the sugar. Instead, spread some mashed avocado with a pinch of pink salt and pepper. 3 months later, his HbA1c dropped significantly. He looked at me and said, David, I never thought eating fat would make me healthier. But here's the deeper secret: avocados improve insulin sensitivity. People with type 2 diabetes don't just have too much sugar, their cells stop listening to insulin. The healthy fats and fiber in avocado help reset that communication channel, helping your cells hear insulin again. How to bring avocado into your daily routine. You don't need a fancy recipe, just smart swaps. Use avocado instead of butter or mayo in sandwiches. Blend half an avocado with unsweetened almond milk, spinach, and sugar-free protein powder for a filling breakfast smoothie. Add it to salads to help your body absorb vitamins like A, D, E, and K more effectively. A thought to leave you with. Ask yourself, when was the last time I ate an avocado, and what did I pair it with? Sometimes health doesn't come from expensive pills. It comes from changing one tiny habit, like adding a slice of avocado to your plate. And if you think avocado's impressive, Wait until you see the next fruit. It's small, often overlooked, but has jaw-dropping anti-inflammatory and blood sugar balancing powers. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, type 1 in the comments so I know you're with me. Your interaction keeps me going and helps this message reach more people who need it. Remember, you can enjoy life and stay healthy at the same time. See you in the next part. Fruit. Blueberries and strawberries, small in size, mighty like natural anti-inflammatory medicine. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine walking through a farmer's market early in the morning. Among all the colorful stalls, you spot a tiny basket of deep purple or bright red berries, so small, so fragile looking, yet holding a kind of power most medications can only dream of. The power to protect your blood vessels and lower your blood sugar. That's the magic of berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. I have a patient named Richard, 72 years old, a tough former Marine. He told me once, "David, I'd rather swallow 3 pills every morning than eat anything sweet. I'm terrified of sugar." So I asked him, "Richard, what if there's a fruit that tastes sweet but has a lower glycemic index than whole grain bread? Would you try it?" He raised an eyebrow. "You're telling me that actually exists?" I handed him a small box of frozen blueberries. The next week he came back, crossed his arms, almost embarrassed. "David, I don't know how, but my knees haven't been aching all week. And my morning blood sugar dropped from 145 to 118. I smiled and said, "That's the work of anthocyanins, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds, hiding inside those tiny berries you just ate. Berries are sweet, but they never betray you. Their glycemic index is incredibly low, so they don't cause blood sugar spikes. They're loaded with anthocyanins, which reduce inflammation, the root cause of most chronic diseases. Multiple studies show that just 1 cup of berries a day for 6 weeks can significantly improve insulin sensitivity. If you're wondering how to eat them easily, here's how I usually recommend them to my patients. Stir them into unsweetened Greek yogurt, turns into a gut-friendly dessert. Mix with oatmeal in the morning, keeps you full without that post-breakfast crash. Or the simplest way, freeze them and eat them like fruit ice cubes. And you know what? Growing older doesn't mean giving up sweetness. It just means choosing the right kind of sweet, the kind that helps you instead of hurts you. Avocado is the gentle comfort of healthy fats. Berries are the fierce warriors of nature, tiny but unstoppable. And if these 2 fruits have already given you hope, just wait until you see fruit 3. It's sweet, crunchy, and powerful enough to fight fatty liver and lower blood sugar at the same time. Fruit. Guava, cheap as dirt, stronger than most supplements. I remember an afternoon a few years ago, a patient of mine named Linda, 68 years old, walked in with a puzzled look on her face. "David, people keep telling me apples are good for blood sugar, so I force myself to crunch on one every day. But why isn't my glucose going down?" I looked at her and asked, "Linda, who told you apples were the best choice? Have you ever tried a guava?" She laughed. "Guava, you mean the kind they sell 3 bags for $1 at the street market? Come on, that's kids' snack food. How could that be better than imported apples?" And that right there is the kind of misunderstanding that makes people ignore one of nature's most powerful medicines. Guava, humble on the outside, fierce on the inside. Let me explain in the simplest way. Do you know why your blood sugar spikes like crazy after eating white rice bread or even some sweet fruits? Because the sugar gets absorbed too fast. But guava acts like a natural filter. It has less sugar than oranges and apples, but double the fiber. And fiber is like a traffic police officer in your gut. It slows sugar down, forces every tiny glucose molecule to line up and enter your blood one by one instead of storming in like a riot. What's the result? Instead of shooting up like a roller coaster after a meal, your blood sugar just gently rises and levels off. No dizziness, no food coma, no sudden sweats or shaky hands. But that's not all. Did you know guava has 4 times more vitamin C than oranges? For people with diabetes, blood vessels are fragile, easily inflamed, easily damaged. Vitamin C is like armor that shields those delicate vessels. I always tell my patients, guava doesn't just control your blood sugar, it protects your body from the silent damage high sugar causes every single day. Now, close your eyes and imagine this. It's late afternoon. You're sitting on your porch. There's a light breeze. In your hand, a crisp slice of guava dipped in a little chili salt, but low sodium, just enough spice to tickle the tongue. And instead of worrying, will this spike my sugar, you simply enjoy the earthy fragrance, the satisfying crunch, the rare feeling of eating without guilt. Let me ask you, when was the last time you enjoyed something without feeling bad afterward? And if you're thinking, David, I don't like eating guava plain, fine, blend it with a few mint leaves, add ice, no sugar needed. The coolness of mint, the tangy sweetness of guava. Congratulations, you've just made a diabetes-fighting mocktail without even calling it medicine. Guava isn't glamorous. It's not shiny like imported apples. It's not marketed as a trendy superfood. But sometimes the things that are truly good for us don't need to shout. Guava is like an old loyal friend, not flashy, not fancy, but quietly they're helping you live better every single day. If Fruit 1 avocado was stability and Fruit 2 berries was strength, guava is wisdom, simple, humble, yet profoundly effective. And if you're ready for a fruit that is sweet, very sweet, yet capable of cleaning your liver and melting belly fat, then drop a comment, continue for. Because the next fruit is one most people think is forbidden for diabetics, but the truth is the complete opposite. Fruit, cantaloupe, honeydew, the hydration medicine nature gave us. Let me paint you a picture. It's a hot summer day. Your throat is dry. Your head is pounding. Your whole body feels heavy, too tired to even think about food. You open the fridge, and there it is, a chilled slice of cantaloupe waiting for you. You take a bite. The sweet, cooling juice floods your mouth. And within seconds, it's like someone watered your soul. I've seen this scene play out hundreds of times in my 30 years of practice. And people who thought they were chronically exhausted because of diabetes, but blood tests showed they were simply dehydrated. Patients who suffer from headaches, insomnia, muscle tightness, taking pills after pills, when all they really needed was the right kind of hydration. And cantaloupe is one of the most powerful liquid medicines nature ever made. People often ask me, David, cantaloupe is so sweet. Can diabetics really eat it? I smile and say, it's sweet, but it's a gentle sweetness. It doesn't betray you like artificial sugar or soda. Here's why. Over 90% of the fruit is water. The natural sugars are balanced by fiber and electrolytes. That means it hydrates you, cools your body from the inside out without causing a blood sugar spike. Totally different from drinking soda or commercial fruit juice. I remember a lady named Maria, 74 years old, who had chronic knee swelling. She told me, every morning I wake up with swollen knees. I take diuretics, painkillers, and they only work for a few hours. I asked her what she ate for breakfast. Toast and coffee, she said. So I suggested she switch to a bowl of chilled cantaloupe sprinkled with cinnamon. A week later, she came back almost shouting, David, I don't know what happened, but my knees feel lighter. I even walked a full lap in the park without stopping. I explained, cantaloupe reduces water retention, flushes toxins, and cools inflammation. Cinnamon helps lower post-meal blood sugar. Together, they're like a repair crew for your blood vessels and joints. And it's not just for blood sugar or joint pain. Cantaloupe also relieves constipation thanks to its gentle fiber, soothes the stomach, perfect for those who feel bloated at night, improves skin health naturally with vitamins A and C. And if you get headaches from dehydration, this is your natural ibuprofen. You can enjoy it in many ways, but my favorite is simple. Cold slices, late afternoon, a favorite song in the background. Want something fancier? And cantaloupe plus Greek yogurt, restaurant-level dessert. Cantaloupe plus walnuts, they say almonds, sweet, crunchy, satisfying. Blended with cucumber plus mint, feels like you reversed aging by 10 years. Let me ask you, how many times have you felt hungry when your body was actually just thirsty? How often did your body ask for cooling relief, but you mistook it for a sugar craving? Cantaloupe isn't magic. It's simply a gentle reminder that your body doesn't always need pills. Sometimes it just needs the right kind of nourishment. And if you're still watching, I know you're not someone who gives up halfway, which is why fruit number 5 will be your reward. A fruit that cleans the liver and attacks stubborn belly fat, two of the biggest challenges for people with diabetes. If you're ready, type continue, and I'll take you to the final piece of this journey. Fruit 5, plum ciruela. Yes, it's sweet, but it's the kind of sweet that walks, not runs. Let me ask you something, honestly. Have you ever craved something sweet in the late afternoon, but had to stop yourself because you were scared your blood sugar would skyrocket? I know that feeling. Almost every one of my patients has told me the same story. David, I can handle bland vegetables. I can say no to fried food. But that 3 p.m. sugar craving, it's like a voice in my head saying, eat a cookie, eat candy now. And when that happens, I don't tell them to be strong or fight it. No, I tell them, when the craving shows up, don't fight it. Replace your weapon. And that's exactly where plums come in. You see, plums are sweet, but they don't slam into your bloodstream like candy or pastries. They're like a polite friend who says, I'll give you sweetness, but I'll walk slowly. I won't overwhelm you. The secret is in fiber and polyphenols, natural compounds that slow down sugar absorption, like putting brakes on your bloodstream. I remember one man named Samuel 65 who called me at 4 p.m. sounding guilty. David, I messed up. I ate 2 cookies. I know I shouldn't have. I asked, did you eat because you were hungry or because you were craving? He hesitated. Craving. I laughed and said, if you crave, you should eat, but eat the right thing. From now on, when the craving hits, grab 2 plums first. If you still want cookies after that, call me. 2 weeks later, he walked into my office holding a bag of fresh red plums. David, I never called you. The plums won. But plums don't just save you from cravings. They quietly do so much more. Nia, they reduce joint inflammation thanks to polyphenols, amazing for people with morning stiffness or back pain. They relieve constipation, especially for those who struggle after years of medication or inactivity. They stabilize mood because slow-releasing sugar doesn't crash your energy or make you irritable. I often ask my patients, do you want your blood sugar to act like a roller coaster or like a calm river? If you choose the river, then plums are the little stones that help settle the flow. So how do you unlock the full power of plums? Here's how I suggest enjoying them. Oozed fresh and chill, wash, cool bite, listen to the crunch. Roasted with cinnamon and a squeeze of lemon, tastes like a dessert from a fancy restaurant. Frozen into natural ice pops, just slice, freeze, and eat like candy. Paired with nuts or cheese, healthy fat, plus protein, slows sugar even more. And if you're still listening to me right now, it means you're not just trying to survive. You're trying to take control. So leaving me a comment saying, I'm still here. Because you know what? Everything I've shared today, from the creamy avocado to the humble berries, the crisp guava, the cooling melon, and now the gentle plum, they all carry the same message. Your body is still capable of healing. Age is not an excuse to give up. And health isn't built from pills, it's built from small daily choices. These fruits are not miracles. They are tools. And that's where most people get it wrong. In next video, I will talk about golden reminder. Fruits are not magic wands. Your body is a system, not a bucket. I once had a patient, Eleanor, 71 years old. She heard me talk about how berries are great for blood sugar, so she went to the store, bought a big box, and ate the whole thing right after a dinner of pizza and ice cream. The following week, she returned and said, David, I did exactly what you said. I ate berries, but my sugar didn't drop. I looked at her and gently asked, Eleanor, do you really think a handful of berries can defeat an entire army of carbs and sugar? She paused, then burst out laughing. Fair enough. I guess I expected too much from those strawberries. I'm not telling you this story to blame you. I'm sharing it to remind you. Fruit can be medicine, but only if you place it in the right spot in your life. Your body doesn't just need the right food, It needs the right food at the right time, the right way, with the right combination. Rule number one, eat fruit when your body needs gentle energy, not when it's already full. Most people think the more fruit, the better. Truth is, eating fruit at the wrong time is like pouring water into an already full plant pot. It just spills over. Eat fruit in the morning or between meals when your stomach is light and ready to absorb nutrients slowly. Do not eat fruit right after a heavy meal. Your stomach is already packed with carbs and protein. Adding fruit on tissues means sugar stacking on sugar. Rule number two, always pair fruit with protein or healthy fats. Imagine sugar as a speeding car and protein or fat as the traffic lights. If there are no red lights, sugar crashes straight into your bloodstream. But if you eat fruit together with Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts, or a small slice of cheese, the sugar slows down. It enters your body calmly. I always tell my patients, fruit eaten alone is sugar, fruit eaten with friends is medicine. Rule number three, after eating, don't sit still. Even 10 minutes is enough. I'm not asking you to sweat. No gym needed. Just walk around the house, fold laundry, wash dishes, climb the stairs. Research from the US shows just 2-3 minutes of movement after a meal can reduce post-meal blood sugar by up to 30%. Why? Because muscles are sugar magnets. The moment you move even a little, your muscles grab sugar from your blood and burn it as energy. If you sit or lie down, sugar has nowhere to go, so it stays in your blood. Rule number four, sleep not a luxury, but your cheapest insulin therapy. I often ask, how many hours do you sleep? Some say 5, some say 4, and they all shrug. I'm used to it, and I always reply, your body never gets used to sleep deprivation. It just endures it. When you sleep less than 6 hours, your body automatically locks sugar in your blood thinking, we're tired, save energy for tomorrow. Meaning your entire diet effort gets erased just because of bad sleep. So, turn off your phone 1 hour before bed. Dim the lights 15 minutes earlier each night. Be in bed before 11 p.m. This isn't luxury. This is how you teach insulin to behave. Final truth, one good fruit won't defeat diabetes, but one good habit can. Eat the right fruit at the right time, in the right way, always with protein or healthy fat. Move 10 minutes after eating. Sleep as if rest were your strongest and cheapest medicine. This isn't just advice. This is the exact protocol now used in modern diabetes clinics across the US. And if you're still here reading, I know you're not just listening, you're thinking. So tell me one thing. Type I'm ready. Because if you want to, I can turn everything I've shared today into a real-life plan for you. I'm still here, and I believe you are too. My friend, if you've stayed with me until now, it means you're not just listening for fun. You're looking for change. You're trying to take back control of your own body. And let me say this loud and clear. You absolutely can. Today, we went through 5 kinds of fruit that are not only delicious, but can lower blood sugar and fight diabetes naturally, safely, and sustainably. Not by magic, not by theory, but by science and by the real results of thousands of people just like you. Now it's time to take action. If you're struggling with diabetes, insulin resistance, high cholesterol, or you're just tired of feeling exhausted every single day, then please don't rely on medication alone. Medicine can help control things, yes, but it's how you eat, sleep, and live that truly determines whether you'll get better or not. Health doesn't come from one big change in a day. It comes from small choices repeated every day. So before you leave this video, comment below which fruit you're going to choose for your own 7-day challenge. I, David Mitchell, will read every single comment, and I'll be right there with you. You're not fighting this alone, and you don't have to wait until a doctor tells you it's too late. Start today. One fruit, one decision, one new life. And if this video helped you, please don't keep it to yourself. There might be someone among your friends or family who is quietly struggling, battling diabetes, high blood pressure, or pure exhaustion every day and not knowing where to start. Share this video with them. Who knows, you might be the one who saves them from a future tied to needles and pills for life. And if you want me to keep making videos like this, Honest videos, real talk based on 30 years of experience, working with people over 50, then hit that like button and subscribe right now. Click subscribe so you won't miss any guidance that could help you love healthier every single day. Hit the bell icon so YouTube notifies you the moment I post a new video. I don't make content for the young. I make content for you, the ones who understand the value of every breath, every night of sleep, every meal. So comment the fruit you're choosing for your 7-day challenge. Share this video with someone who needs it and hit subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together. This isn't just a video. This is the beginning of a new chapter. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, health isn't luck. Health is a choice.